This is Luetin, and today guys I've got for you my initial overview of the Endgame DLC for Battlefield 3. Now first up we're going to capture the flag. I have got a full review by the way coming up Sunday, but first off just these first thoughts. And yeah, first up, capture the flag. Now I was a bit wary at first of this. I was not too sure how it's going to play out. I'm not generally a fan of capture the flag in FPS. People tend to not play it particularly well, but I have to say very pleasantly surprised. It plays out well, it's quite furious, it's not as frantic and over quickly as you might imagine. I was concerned that you would be getting into games and then people would just be grabbing the flag, score, game over, and there wouldn't really be much of a fight. But the way they've designed it works very well. As an attacker you can pick up the flag at any time, like you saw me right there. I just went in, grabbed the flag, and I'm heading back to the base. I wanted to clear this area out before I move forward, didn't want to get shot in the back, you know. But if you kill an enemy who is carrying your flag, you then have to secure it. So it's more like a capture, alright, and the more people you have in its radius, then it will capture faster. 3 flags wins the whole round, so if you cap 3 flags you win, and there is a time limit that runs down. You can see our time limit's running down very close. We got 2 flags right now, and they ain't got any, so basically they're not going to be winning this round. So yeah, I really enjoy it so far. I have a bit more of a breakdown coming up, as I say, in my full review, but initially, yeah, I quite enjoy it, and I think it'll be a really good one, people to get into. When you see it for yourself, you'll see what I mean. In your mind it probably doesn't feel like it's the right thing for Battlefield, but when you actually get into it, I was pleasantly surprised. Plays out better than other FPSs that I've been on recently. Okay, next up we're moving on to the other new game mode, which is Air Superiority. Now Air Superiority is a funny one. It plays out quite differently depending on, you know, your general competency as a pilot. But I have to say it's not as bad as you might imagine. The aces in Air Superiority don't dominate as much as you would think. They're obviously still a huge threat, it's a real pain, and you will see people going constantly 0-13, 0-10. I've seen a lot of zeros to things, but I've also seen people topping the scoreboard with like 9k score and they're still down with 0 score whatsoever. It plays out really well, it plays out really enjoyably. Myself, I'm a terrible pilot, and yet I've actually been having quite a lot of fun with it. I've been getting some kills, I've been breaking even, I've had a few losses, I've had a few wins, etc, etc. But for the most part it works quite well. One thing that is kind of annoying, they've set the height ceiling really, really low. In some cases it's as low as 500 or 600, which means it's very easy to fall into a stall. You sort of move forward, go up, and as you start to go forward and you go up, you get into a stall very easy. Now I have made a video, if you go to my channel and check my channel, if you look recently, I made a video explaining how to break out of a stall, and that will tell you how to break out very easily from the stalls of that height ceiling issue. The capturing of the base, you can see me here capping this base, and it's very, very fast. You don't have to stay around very long, you don't have to keep circling endlessly and endlessly around it. It literally is just a case of moving up and around, and you can capture that flag. You get a lot of points as well. You get 200 for a neutralize, 250 for a cap, I think. So if you neutralize and cap a flag, that's 450 points right there. So a lot of points to be up for grabs right there. Whether people like this, a lot of people are already complaining about the lock-on here. You can see me flying in, and lock-ons can be very annoying for people, because if they've just dropped flares, and like this situation here, I was coming in, it can really, you know, people feel like they're just getting picked off left, right and centre. I've had it myself. I'm in the middle of a dogfight, I get locked from one position, flare it, whatever, or ECM it, and then all of a sudden it's coming in from nowhere. So people really hate that heat seekers, but personally, in my opinion, it's just part of the game. You got to deal with it, you got to move on. Alright, another new element as well is the dropship IFV. When you control C on the conquest base, you can use the dropship to pull in an emergency IFV for your team, which really helps you in the game, really helps you support your team. Not much more to it than that. You just get in the tank, off you go, and look at the fantastic animation when you come down from the aircraft. It's really quite cool. You seem to spin out quite often as well when you land on the ground here. We have an interesting one, that, but yeah, great addition to the game, works really well, the dynamic is really well, so yeah, it's a good one. Okay, next we move on to Kasar Railroad, and this is quite a forested, rough terrain, lots of rock, lots of scrub grass, and it's really a fantastic map. This is probably my second most enjoyable map of the DLC. It's a lot of logging camps and stuff like that. There's a railroad runs through the middle, bridges and so on and so on. If you go and check out my breakdown videos, I've done breakdowns of each individual map. I show everything kind of moving around there and discuss the map itself. Again, all those on my channel. As you can see here, we're doing capture the flag again here, controlling an LAV, moving in, a couple of guys coming for the C4 whatever on me, putting those guys right down there, and these have been playing out really well as well. On this map generally there's a lot of flanking involved. This is quite a large open map. On Conquest huge amount of flanking and manoeuvring, but the conquest bases, they've put them quite close together. So you don't often feel like you have a huge mission to go from base to base. It can be very quick to just hop on a bike and 10 seconds you're on the next base. So it really works quite well. Capture flag on this one as well works quite interestingly because of the kind of direct routes, a lot of roadways, pathways and routes all around this map. It is quite open, so once people get the flag it can be quite difficult to control, but you do find you get a lot of concentrated attacking going on here. Rush on this map is an interesting one. It's quite a brutal rush map on Kasar. We've been enjoying it a lot, but defending is hard on this map. It's hard on this map because, as with Armored Kill, you get a lot of attacking vehicles. You get, like, you know, attack helicopters, main battle tanks, all sorts of stuff. You obviously get the new Aslan, or the Azrad, whatever you want to call it. Aslan for me, I'm afraid. But yeah, it's a hard one for rush, mainly because of the vehicles. So when you're on rush defense, you really need to prioritize those vehicles down. Attack, it's just a case of moving fast and overwhelm them, and you should get it every time. So it's like Armored Kill in that respect. Okay, moving on to Sabalan Pipeline, or Sabalan Pipeline. This is basically, a lot of people are saying it's like a snowy firestorm. Personally, I don't think it's quite like that. Okay, yeah, it has some oil refinery aspects and stuff, but it's completely different in its layout. It's totally different. For a start off, the refinery in here, we're all on top of like a very large hill. So there's a kind of surrounding circular that goes around it, an orbital road pretty much going around the base. You've got the main refinery in the middle and lots of kind of outpost positions around doing different things. You've got kind of a shipment yard straight ahead there. We've got sort of, what is it, pumping station. There's a warehouse over here. And this is on rush at the moment. We're pushing through the refinery to this base. The base we're on now, this is the third base. The one down the hill behind us is the fourth or the last base. And it plays out quite well, plays out quite interesting. For the most part, again, it's a little bit large. It seems to be that you can flank quite easily. To the right on this base is insane, and again I show this on my breakdown videos showing how far you can flank around and so on and so on. We look at a lot of the positions around this base here. This main refinery on rush can be unbelievably hard to control. It's just so big. Again, it's big for console, ridiculously big for console. For PC, I would imagine even then it's going to be quite large because it really is a huge area to cover and defend. For Conquest, for the most part, again, the same issues, very, very large base, and trying to control it is going to be difficult for you. Probably could have gone for the diffuse there, but I had people in front of me at the same time. Alright, Nabandan Flats. We're back on, what is it? We're on rush here by the look of things. But capture flag plays out quite well on this. Conquest similarly. A lot of the bases, again, very close together. So look, this is one base, then over here the warehouse, this is another base, this is the sea on Conquest. Very, very close together, you know, so it's not very far. The bikes have a great role to play on this base, on this map, because you can really move very quickly around the map. There's lots of open areas. These roadways are great for moving fast, and again, you can see some motorbike action here. Popping down, that's the D Conquest base there to my right. We're moving on to the last rush bases, which are down here at E Conquest. Down here straight ahead of us, this is the E Conquest base, but it's also the last rush base. It plays out very well, plays out really good. Another really nice, it's a very open map. You move a lot of fast movement and open, you don't have very much cover, so it's a lot of kind of tank vehicle warfare and fast moving infantry. If you're infantry, watch out for those dead cows as well. You can see me coming in here. This is on a capture the flag game mode, and we're coming in here to pick up. This is where you pick up from the enemy, and I was going for the flag there, but again, wanting to clear this area first, make sure I can maximise my chances of survivability, which doesn't happen too often. One of my teammates there picked up the flag, so I'm trying to assist him. I'm trying to keep him covered, trying to move around and lock him down. One guy here in the corner, and putting him down there. Plays out really well. I enjoy this map. A little bit too open. I don't know long term how enjoyable this map would be because it doesn't have so much to it as some of the other maps. So far my favourites are definitely Kasar and the one that we've got coming up right now, which is Operation Riverside. Now Operation Riverside is pretty much my most favourite of this DLC, mainly because of the depth of the map. There's a huge amount of, as you can see right here, rocks, foliage. There's a great deal of colour and shadow and tone to this map in terms of how it looks. Its overall feel and layout is particularly well designed. This kind of area is the initial base for Rush. It's, I think, I can't remember if it's the A base. I think it is. It's the A base on Conquest. It's the woods, the forest, and a really nice area for combat here. Lots of levels and height. We're moving down here to the second base on Rush, and this is the kind of more open area. This is the gas station, and again, this provides a really nice kind of flowing move forward. Conquest and Capture the Flag. This is the Capture the Flag base for the US side. But this map, as you go, we move down the river, and you have a huge hydroelectric station further down here with the damming and everything like that. It plays out great. The rivers, the way the water looks as it flows down the hill here. Again, lots of height difference. So you have like little rock outcrops and then gorges. And you can see me here driving up the oh, a little bit of a crash straight into the wall there. We're in the Vodnik. This is the modified Vodnik. So you got the Aslan and then you have the Vodnik, both equipped with these things. And you can see right here my guys independently firing behind, trying to take down that helicopter. I've got my eyes on this bike here because he's going for the flag. I don't want this biker to get in, grab the flag, and then it'll be across the bridge and straight down here. So I'm chasing behind him. Bails off of his, there we are, we're taking some damage. Nice little smash around the back of the head there. But this map, as I say, it plays out really great. I love it. I love the combat. I love the layout of this map. There's a lot of different kind of places that you can hide and move to, a great deal of kind of geographical involvement, terrain involvement, loads of places you can move to, and again, see this chaos and nice destruction. This is in the power plant area, and we're defending close quarters onto the base. We've got people coming in here through all the kind of generator substations, and this map just plays out so well. The way it kind of, you know, each area really feels different. Some of those other maps, they kind of feel like they've had just buildings slotted into them. They're kind of a bit more open, a little bit too open in my opinion, and it doesn't really leave anything, kind of any character to them. But this map, it really has a lot of feel to it, and that's something that's pretty important to me. You get a lot of situations like this as well in Capture the Flag mode I was talking about earlier. These great kind of on the ground things where maybe this guy picked up the flag, maybe he had a vehicle but he got abandoned by his teammates, and so he ends up kind of left on the fly, and you know, you end up, here we are, you see, I'm trying to secure the flag, and so you can't just instantly pick it up. You have to stay with it. The more people you have with you, the more you can secure it, and I can't find my target right here. He's picking me off at range. We've got smoke dropping down and we secure the flag. So that's been my little initial overview, guys, so far. Endgame, I really do enjoy it, I like it, but I think there's a few things that aren't going to make it long term. The longevity of it is a little bit questionable. My full review is going to be coming up Sunday on my channel, and also going to be coming to Pixel Enemy. Thanks for watching, guys, hope you've enjoyed. If you have, drop it a like and a share. See you next time.